Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. And today we've got a video about a very cool donation that the museum just received. So, you'll notice that we have this wall of binocular cases, each filled with binoculars, a few different types. In fact, I've never opened all these cases and inventoried all the different types that we have. These are all the original binoculars that were on the ship when she was decommissioned. All of the ones that I've opened so far have 1943 dates stamped on them, although there are a couple different pattern cases, so I'm not sure if I go and open all of them, if that will be the case. Surely some of these got damaged or lost over time and would have been replaced with new ones, or the requirements for binoculars on board would have changed throughout the ship's career. As you switch from visually spotting aircraft to radar, maybe they're reducing the number of binoculars, so it doesn't matter that a couple have walked. Or maybe you're increasing the number. I'm not entirely sure what binocular etiquette is on Navy ships. But today's video is about this pair that was just donated to the museum. A former Marine sergeant, Sergeant Schaefer from Illinois, donated these to us. He served on the battleship in 1969 when he was in charge of the Marine detachment for the commander of Cruiser Destroyer Flotilla 7. That was a position that was once held by Elmo Zumwalt, but the command disappears in 71, I think. So it didn't exist for a particularly long period of time. However, 1969 is the year that the battleship is being decommissioned after her Vietnam deployment. So the ship is on the West Coast. I'm not sure if she would be in Long Beach or Bremerton at this point, but they're buttoning the ship up for decommissioning. And so one of his assignments as a member of the flag staff was to remove all the flag equipment from the bridge. Now you can see that we've got all these 1943 binoculars down here. It seems like ship's company would have policed these up and stored them somewhere. We don't know where. In fact, I'm not sure where one of my predecessors originally found these on the ship. We're in the collection storage space, so they likely were not down here. They were likely collected from wherever they were, accessioned into our collection, and then brought here. So I'm not entirely sure where these would have been stored, or even where they originally lived. They don't have a label on them that's like air defense warfare platform, bridge, anything like that. So most of these are just old Navy binoculars. But that's one of the things that might be special about this pair here. So he removes these binoculars from the flag bridge, takes them to the Admiral, and the Admiral says that, no, I don't want those, just take them. So he takes them back home to Illinois and reaches out to the museum and asks if we want them because he removed them from the ship. So, if we've got all of these binoculars that we know were with the ship, why did we want this particular pair? Notice the case is slightly damaged. The handle has been broken on one side, and the carry strap, which should wrap around it, notice the brackets here, is completely missing. However, let me actually pull the binoculars out. There's a couple of important things here. They are a 7x50 magnification. They're stamped U.S. Navy Bureau of Ships Mark 28 Mod 0, serial number 72573, 1943. So they've got the same date as all the other ones, the date that the ship was commissioned. The important thing here is they have Admiral engraved on them. He says he was working for an Admiral. He removed these from the flag bridge. Most of our binoculars here, the ones that I've opened up so far, are all Universal Camera as the manufacturer. These are Bausch & Lomb. So they're a little bit nicer pair of binoculars. I'm fairly certain that this is shark skin on here. The strap is certainly a fancier thing. So there is a strong chance that these are the original flag bridge binoculars from when the ship was built, which means that there's a strong chance that these are the binoculars that would have been used by Halsey and Spruance and Lee and Clark and all the other admirals who served on this ship between 1943 when she was commissioned and 1969 when these were removed during decommissioning. I'm not sure if looking up this serial number is, one, possible, and if two, it will be able to tell us with any more certainty what happened. Oftentimes, I haven't reached out to Bosch and Lomb. Many of these companies, you reach out to them with a serial number and they can tell you, oh yeah, we manufactured those in 1943 presumably and sold them to the Navy. They would not be able to tell you where they are. And I'm not sure that the Navy has records for what ship specifically they would have been assigned to. So that said, I did reach out to Naval History and Heritage Command and asked them to get involved in these. I have not accessioned these into the museum's collection yet, because if we are able to prove that these are Admiral Halsey and Spruance's binoculars from the Battleship New Jersey, NHHC may want to accession these themselves rather than staying here with the museum. But they're the best source to reach out to if we're ever going to find out if these are the real binoculars that have been on the ship since '43. So I just sent that email today. Haven't heard back from them. We'll probably do an update if we get any additional information. What I do know is we do not have the original flag bridge binoculars, or I should say, we definitely did not have them prior to these showing up earlier this week. And it is unlikely that a more reasonable one is ever going to show up in the mail like this did, with Admiral in 1943 stamped on it. So this is definitely the best chance known to exist to be the original flag bridge binoculars for Battleship New Jersey. And this is why I do this job. It's so humbling holding something that Halsey or Spruance, Lee, Towers, Wellborn, Clark might have held. So we're going to continue to research these for more positive confirmation, and we will update you in the future if we get additional information. And expect to see these going on display sometime after the Battleship comes back from dry dock, when we start to work on some of our exhibit spaces. What do you think the most iconic artifact of one of our important admirals would be to put on display? Can you think of something better than binoculars, like the collar stars or pipe, something like that? Let us know in the comment section down below. I think that the 1943 Admiral binoculars are probably the most iconic thing that the museum will ever be able to collect. But let us know if you can think of something better in the comment section down below. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, also from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. There's a link in the description below to donate if you'd like to support the museum. You can also support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find about the museum and our channel. Thanks for watching.